Here's why your blood sugar goes up and down. Now say you eat this cupcake. Your body will notice that the cupcake has lots of sugar and therefore it will have a reaction. That reaction will occur in the pancreas. You see, when changes happen in the body, homeostasis is altered. And when homeostasis is altered, changes need to be made in order to bring back the correction to homeostasis. You see, the pancreas is a part of the endocrine system, and the endocrine system is a part of the regulatory system. The regulatory system's goal is to correct changes that happen within the body so that the body can get back to homeostasis. And the endocrine system uses hormones to correct those changes. And glands, like the pancreas, make those hormones. And the pancreas makes a hormone called insulin. You probably heard of it, right? Insulin is super cool. Here's why. You see, insulin is like a key, and it brings glucose along with it. So when it goes to cells, it opens the door of the cell's membrane and allows glucose to go into the cell. That way, the cell can undergo respiration and make energy. And that way, it burns off excess sugars that's in your body. But let's take a peek at how insulin is actually made. You see, the pancreas has beta cells, and those beta cells secrete insulin. And once insulin is made, it diffuses directly into the bloodstream, taking its way to cells where it can target them, allowing glucose in so they can undergo respiration. But it can actually do more when your blood sugar is high. You see, when your blood sugar is high, the whole point is to bring it down back to homeostasis, right? So in order to do that, sometimes we can give it to cells for them to burn off the glucose so they can make energy, or we can give it to the liver. Here's the liver. And sometimes insulin gives the glucose to the liver, that way the liver can store it as glycogen. Now you see, glycogen is just glucose but in a stored form. And glucose is typically stored as glycogen when there's too much sugar sometimes and they want to use it as a reserve in case, maybe your blood sugar drops and you need some more sugar up there. And this is all part of a feedback mechanism, where if something happens, a reaction is done to correct it back to what it was before. And we saw this, right? Where we had our pancreas and we made insulin to go to cells for respiration to make energy while burning that excess amount of glucose, or simply known as sugar. But what happens when your blood sugar is low? Well, remember the liver? Yeah, we're going to use him once more. Remember that glycogen that we stored when we had excess amounts of sugar? Well, we're going to need to take it out of the liver. But to do that, we need to use a pancreas once again. But this time, we're not going to use the beta cells. Instead, we're going to use the alpha cells. And the alpha cells are going to secrete glucagon. And glucagon is going to go to the liver and tell him to open up and give glucose back. Glucagon will simply just break down the glycogen and turn it into glucose. And then, once again, glucose can just be transferred up throughout the body, given to cells for them to burn it and use it to make energy. See ya!